afternoon one. What is happening? This is Max with the RHMax channel. Today, security AMA. We had one about a month ago, and it went really with questions. Share the link, get some people in. I'm literally answering questions. I got a couple of topics to talk about. But yeah, I'm here until we run out of questions or however that works. Yeah, everyone, some people in here. What's up, Jerry? How's it going? I will share the blog as well. Let's see. Chain window. Okay, I can't see both. Okay, so I'll leave this up for now. And let's see. I'm just gonna make a couple. What's up? How's it going? Welcome. Talk about. Yeah, there's a couple articles. I'll just scroll through for a minute too, as we wait for people to barrel in here. If we get a few people, if we don't get that many people, then I'll end it early. But yeah, no, it's a lazy Wednesday. I'm feeling good enough. If you guys got some questions. Super Merc, what's up, Super Merc? Also, non-security related question. Whatever. That's cool too. Do you think RH will give any notice to PulseChain launch? If I were to guess, I'll just throw this up here too. Would he give any notice to launch? Well, he said he will. He said that, having watched pretty much every Richard streak of in the last 5 years, he in the last, I guess, year or so, he said there will be much notice, something about face and all that stuff. What do I think will actually happen? Well, I think there'll be another test net, and I think maybe it'll be a short test net. Again, I don't know. We have different ideas. You're trying to time something. It's literally waiting to go as fast as it can. I don't know. Yeah, I think there'll be another test. Maybe it'll be a short one. If it's a short one, then yeah, maybe there's a week notice where he's, I'm just trying to imagine what he would do. Okay, maybe he's like, get ready, PulseChain is coming, blah blah blah. Really build up momentum. I think probably be like a week or two of momentum building at least, and then the people's gonna be like crawling. They're just clawing each other's eyes out when they want to get to PulseChain, and then all of a sudden, there'll be probably some announcement where and we're going live in 48 hours. I don't know. You see something like that, and there's chaos ensues. It'll be crazy. Bit of an echo sometimes. Really? I mean, I literally changed my microphone setup. I've not changed it. So testing 1 2 3. Chat. Let me know. God, really? Bad echo. Okay. I will be right. And we're back. Okay, how does it sound, chat? Does this sound okay? Let me know. Give me some sign in there. I'm waiting on you to give me a help to tell me if it's okay. It's not echo. Your rubber banding is still happening. I'm gonna share the screen again. Testing 1 2 3. Yeah, bad. Yeah, I mean, I could see bad. I don't know. I mean, my connection is not perfect, but it shouldn't be causing issue. We're gonna speed test really quick. I'm running a speed test as we speak. I'm getting 50, 60, 70, fine here. Okay. But StreamYard is giving that little Wi-Fi thing, and it says 1 every once in a while. So weird. Maybe I'll wait a minute, see if it corrects. Yes, on my microphone. That should be fine. Okay, the Wi-Fi indicators, when. So how's it sound? Is it better now? Help me out, chat. Is it better now? Can you hear me now? Yeah, it's not my internet still. Oh my gosh. Sorry, everyone. I literally know what I can do about that. Internet's been a little weird lately, but it shouldn't be that bad. Not perfect press on. All right. Yeah. I mean, maybe it'll correct itself. Cool. Sniff. Thank you. Yeah. Sorry for the delay there. Okay. So anyways, I think there'll be like a two week. He's like, all right, get ready. PulseChain is coming. And the whole world will just converge and be like, oh, PulseChain's coming. And then, maybe he'll do some media appearances. Maybe I'll have some stuff set up for that. And then just maybe like a 2 or 3 week period where, oh my gosh, it's so crazy. Finally coming out. Can you believe it? And then maybe some Hex euphoria. Maybe the Hex price goes crazy too. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? And then probably, I could see something like what's up on? I could see something like 48 hours beforehand. He just says, okay, PulseChain's launching in 48 hours. And then we have like the pre-bridge come out. All the crazy ratio trading happens, all that stuff. It'll be like Christmas, whatever month it happens. Maybe it happens December 25th. I don't know. But whatever month it happens, it'll probably be better than Christmas for most people in the world who are. So I can tell it's the internet. Yes. Thank you, Sniff. Appreciate it. I mean, it could be YouTube, it could be StreamYard. I kind of want to blame StreamYard a little bit too, but they've been good to me, so I won't blame them too much. Alan, you have like #1 attendance man in the world, so you get your comments selected pretty often. Video may be choppy from time to time, but audio is okay. Usually the audio just corrects itself in the video. Maybe there's a lag for a second, but audio is usually okay. What's up, HexX? Appreciate you coming. Connor, dropping packets. Yeah, I know, man. I know it happened. Who else we got here? Who else we got? Yeah, probably YouTube. Let's just blame YouTube anyways. Part of me is like they give me a platform to talk, and the most popular platform in the world with the best analytics and the best tools and the best, engagement and stuff. I give them credit for that. Obviously, there's a lot of censorship and stuff that goes on though. I see it objectively. I give credit where credit's due. Yes, Alan. It's just your hotel Wi-Fi. There's no problems here. Exactly. So again, guys, what do you want to talk about? This is an AMA. That means ask me anything. So security related, preferably, but whatever. I'll take PulseChain questions too. So ask me some questions. Let's get it rolling. I got a couple things I can talk about, but I'm trying to kind of save them. I'm trying to get a couple questions in first. I don't hear any questions in the next couple minutes. It's true, Alan. You did ask me on Corey's stream. Did you save all your questions for Corey's stream? Did you do that? Can you not think of any better questions? I'm just kidding, man. That was a good question yesterday. Actually, I just clipped it. I was just clipping Corey's stream because Corey's not clipping the stream, I guess. And I just stream of, I think that was one of the questions you asked. I just answered. So that'll be out whenever I schedule it too. So security. See, I'm just going to leave it on here. Drop the link in the chat if you want to follow along from this. www.rhmax.org/blog. This is the blog. Go here if you want to see what I'm looking at. Yeah. And you can click around. What's up, Chris? Trustless. Have you ever heard? Oh, okay. All right, Alan. Okay, cool. Connor, we got a couple questions here. I'll come back to the blog too, but first one, Con, what do you think on how long this rewrite is taking? Okay, I'm gonna go back to the Twitter thing now. Obviously it's taking longer than we all thought it would, although we had, if anyone had expectations, that was not the right half, as Richard said, but 10 billion times. Some of us should have had expectations, but it's really hard not to. I get it. When I first heard about it, I thought, okay, we probably already been fixing on it, trying to fix it for the last, few weeks now. That probably cuts off some time. So maybe, yeah, this type of issue, they're doing, the security test, and I can, if you all want to hear me explain about this, just ask the question. I can go through it. Talk about that, but I can talk about it again here too if you want. Just again, let me know if you want me to talk about it. But I thought, okay, maybe it'd be 6 more weeks or something to complete the testing. From what we see here, the code. This is from Michael Light. I don't know who he is. He sounds like he knows what he's talking about, though, because everything that I'm reading this morning when I saw the comment. The code for the validator payments, which is being moved outside the EVM and being written in Go and Golang, same thing, was previously a contract on the blockchain written in Sol. This change allows those functions to be called in Go outside the EVM and won't or shouldn't theoretically affect the speed of the EVM negatively. It should free the EVM faster. That was very intelligently said. So that's why I kind of I'm like giving it the courtesy of like kind of believing like this may be what's the story behind it, because I'm not a PulseChain developer. So I just, whatever I hear and that makes sense is something that I put together to try to piece together the story of, there's so many things missing. Like, okay, it's a denial of service attack. It's not a DDoS is like this coordinated effort to send a bunch of traffic to a server to bring it down. Security professional in me is saying that's not really the right way to say this, even though it's easy to say, and people DDoS all the time, so it's easy for them to that. But it's really a DOS, DOS, not DDoS, not distributed denial of service. We have a whole bunch of computers attacking one. It's a DOS, denial of service, which could be a malicious node. Again, we don't know a lot of details. I'm speculating all of this, but it could be a malicious node could deny service, could call their node to crash or stop functioning properly and stuff like that. It could be just the way that the nodes are parsing packets and parsing data, and you don't need to be a node to perform the attack. Maybe you just write some code, like a tool that will perform exploit for it, things like that. So I don't know all the details, but from what he said here, it sounds like something to do with validator payments. And then the rewrite and Go, that was a big part that was missing for me, rewrite and Go. So if it's a rewrite and Go, you gotta say, okay, what for? That's what I was on Corey's stream yesterday asking, like, I don't know what it was written in before. According to this comment, it was actually a smart contract, which means it was written in Solidity. So a rewrite and Go, in order to allow the functions to be called inside of Go from other tools and APIs and stuff like that. So not having to call it, it not being only in the smart contract or things that smart contract, but you being able to use the code or call the code inside of Go, inside all the tool set from there, outside of them, which just means it's not running on the blockchain. It sounds like what it was rewritten from. So it was rewritten from the smart contract in Solidity to be in Go. And then the comment is, it shouldn't affect the EVM negatively, to be faster. I mean, I guess because it's not running on the EVM, so why wouldn't it be faster? I don't know if it really makes a big difference, but it wouldn't make it slower if the code's not running there anymore. So that's to me as well. So that was just this morning when I saw that comment, that shed some light on some things for me. So that was pretty interesting. Let's see. I think Alan's question: have you ever heard of Diode, decentralized data storage? Let's decentralized data storage. No, Alan, I haven't. If you want to drop a link or something, I can check it out though. I've not heard of that. What's up, Chris? Welcome, regular. Appreciate it. Now let's see. Also, Ethereum developers found bugs ahead of the merge update delay. Okay, that's news too. I did not know that. So it looks like your POW hex is going to get delayed too, if that becomes a thing. I mean, it'll be a thing regardless, right? Because it's they're forking it. But will it be a ghost chain that nobody ever uses and we never really pay attention to, or will it be worth something? I don't know. My gut says if USDC isn't going to support it, it's going to be Ethereum 2.0 for sure. But who knows? I mean, when people fork chains, especially people in the Ethereum community, I don't know who's forking it. I don't know if they have a big company behind them. I don't know the resources and time and energy and motive other than wanting to continue with proof of work and mining instead of proof of stake. But you got to say that if it's an official thing that's happening and aren't immediately calling it out for being this crazy, nuts thing that nobody's going to support, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, nobody really enough to even say it's not going to be a big event. You can kind of take that as, well, maybe it will be. Maybe it will be a thing. Maybe in 5 years, there'll be Ethereum proof of work and Ethereum proof of stake. Oh. Follow up to my question. Are there any decentralized media storage options? And do you see this being developed more in the future? On-chain type storage even possible? I don't know. So you have Coin. This is the one back in the day, like 3 or 4 years ago. This to do the thing where you store some data and they like reward you for storing it, kind of like BitTorrent, but you get a coin for storing it, type of thing. So there's that, and wasn't there Filecoin? Did Filecoin ever launch? I have no idea what happened to Filecoin, but that was like the biggest thing that just never launched until I stopped following it. It probably launched by now. But as far as media options, I don't know. It seems like one of those things that it seems like one of those things that it's an idea that seems innovative and revolutionary, but hard to scale. And I think if it was going to happen, and if it was easy enough and practical enough to happen, it's been 5 years of massive blockchain development. Has everyone just did it wrong this whole time? You would think somebody did it right. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's that practical. And even if maybe it is practical, maybe all the solutions out there that work, Coin, Filecoin, all the stuff that works. But they just don't. They're just not better than just using IPFS to share files and stuff in the blockchain. Maybe just having a coin behind it just doesn't make sense. For some reason, we're not all talking about decentralized media storage and coins to do with that, right? Good questions. Any security questions? Like I said, if you guys want to click around the blog, like any blog post you have a question, happy to talk about. Bitcoin versus Hex, that's another one that I really like of the content I put out. If you ever have anyone, Bitcoin versus Hex, this is something to use as your debate points if you like. I spent a lot of time researching this, so again, putting it out there. I think this is one of my favorite posts, just as a reference for learn and make sure I'm able to represent. When that Bitcoin maxi steps up, this Hex maxi can be like, I see you, and we can talk technical and still good, but maybe I'll win because I have some good points. So that was a good one. Again, the free claim one, I had some stuff to smart contracts. I was actually asking Alex. I talked to Alex from Hedron the other day. He brought up an approval attack that I wanted to add here, and I sent him a message asking for more details. I'm not sure if I covered it. I need to get the details to know if I even covered it. But I don't know. But this has some really good stuff to protect yourself. Can't text and drive. Be safe, Jerry. Be safe out there. Wish my girls in crypto could use dev. We could use more devs. Always more devs. Devs are very valuable. Devs are the people who get rich in crypto. Think about all the most, the famous, the people who write the projects that have the positive feedback loops that have utility. You know, the ones that come to mind for me immediately is like Hedron, Alex from Hedron. He's like a successful DevOps guy, and professionally in the industry, as far as I know. And Ditker Gold Key, they've done a startup. They've been developers. They did a startup and stuff and all that before. So you see the people who are devs. Like you can be very wealthy if you you take the steps, especially in the RH community, of creating coins that help keep up the blue chip prices as far as they go. So we'll have three different. If Ethereum forks, no matter who forks it, if it is a running network, all the coins on there, and unless they empty the chain, that's what happened with Ethereum Classic, right? It had, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I guess back then there wasn't a lot of tokens and stuff on there, which, because the things were way different. What happened 2016, 2015, 2016. So it's way different because there just wasn't a lot of projects on there compared to today. But when you fork a chain, you get all that goes with it, unless you're doing a brand new chain. So logically, there should be a POW hex. There, I don't know why there wouldn't be. Now, would it work? I mean, it should. I would think no front end. You're going to have to manually, unless there's a front end that supports it. You got to point your servers at a different chain to interact with it. But everyone has their coins on POW ETH, and it's out. Maybe they're worth something. And if it really works out, and if somehow Richard says he's going to support it, well, he's also said he doesn't want to see cheap hex anywhere. What if we get a trifecta? Be nice. Wi-Fi is really bad. I hear you, Alan. I feel you, man. I feel you. Fellas channel. I want to say fellas channel. Like, are you a fashion? Something to do with fashion? Chanel. Let's see. Still here. I'm just clicking around a little bit. I don't know why the connection is so bad today. Yeah, fellow canal. I don't know. Maybe it's just not meant to be. We shall see. So, yeah. While I'm waiting on questions, I can chat, but can't hear. But now, you guys hear me now? I don't see any warning things on my stream now. So, best I can do. How would you like to improve your crypto security? Don't run Windows. Go buy Macbook. Use Mac. It'll be much better for you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to call my ISP. This is getting ridiculous. The slow connection speed. Also, antivirus angle. People ask me too, like, what's the best antivirus to buy? None. Antiviruses became obsolete after Microsoft started including Windows Defender on every PC since Windows 8. So Microsoft, they have like their own basically antivirus company within Microsoft, and they, it's included in Windows. It does a really good job. Antivirus companies after that, they just wanted you to keep. They didn't want to lose business, right? So they're just going to keep. They're going to keep. Getting up, they're going to say, oh, you need this, you need the antivirus, you need subscription because they don't want to lose money, but you don't need it. You don't need to put any antivirus on your Windows computer. Just use the Windows Defender that's built in. It does fine. Stop your torrents. I don't know. I don't think anyone else in the house is using the internet, but if they are, I'm going to find out. after, and Gonna have a very, very stern conversation about that, because they should use their internets, the backup internets. Yay, better yes. Don't hold your breath, Loss, but appreciate you hanging in there. Bitdefender, man, there's exploits for antiviruses. Funny enough, you would think they're there to protect you, but there are exploits for antiviruses. I'm not trying to scare you, but that's another reason I don't install any extra antiviruses on my computer. On the Windows computer, on any of my Windows computer, it's because they literally have vulnerabilities and bugs too from time to time. So ironically, by running antivirus, by running an insecure version of antivirus, you can get exploited that way too. Not very likely. It's just again, security professional, paranoid. I just want to throw that out there. So that's the carrot, Alan. That's the carrot. Once they get you in, that free Bitdefender, they're going to want to keep that subscription going every year, $100 per whatever it is. So you don't need it. I would uninstall it. I would never use it. I would just make sure your Windows Defender is up to date, and your Windows is up to date, assuming you run Windows. But just buy a MacBook. Just throw it out the window. Buy a MacBook. You'll be fine. Let me kind of have a question on bridges. Is so risky? Why would you use it for PulseChain? Well, that's how you connect two chains. You need a bridge. That's how bridges work. So the bridge, a smart contract on the bridge, I think it functions as something like a DAO. I'd have to look up exactly, but it seems a bridge can be like, it can hold coins. You basically give it one from one chain, and it gives you credit for that coin on another chain. So it's a way to convert back and forth between. So if you want to put up one coin on another chain, you do that with a bridge. I think bridges. So this is where crypto is getting more mature. I thought the bridge software has been, kind of like PulseChain's forking Ethereum. A lot of the bridge software, I think, or just use it as is and just convert it to do whatever you want it to do. So you can use something that's already been audited, already been tested, all this stuff like Richard says all the time, and you don't have to write brand new code bridge to be pretty secure. So if you have $100 million crypto company using a bridge and it's open source, why wouldn't you just use that bridge? So the problem is, so the root of your question is, you've probably seen the bridges get hacked, all this stuff. Yeah. And I would say a lot of the bridges that get hacked are written either from scratch, or they forked some bridge software and then they made a bunch of changes and then they didn't get those big changes audited. They have some features that have bugs in them, stuff like that. And that's where the vulnerabilities come from. So bridges are necessary. They just have a very juicy attack surface, like a big attack, because they're controlling which coins go to which chain and who gets access to them and stuff like that. So that's why they're a big target. It's not because they're overall more harder to secure than anything else. They're just a huge target. So a lot of people you see bridges get hacked more than random website again, because bridges hold a lot of money. They have the keys to a lot of money, stuff like that. Bridges can be bad because once that lose value, you can extract value from a bridge if you hack it. It is not a risk because all of the bridge are staring at me. It is not a real risk. Yeah, like I said, it's there. So if you fork a bridge and you make some major changes and you don't get them audited and security reviewed and stuff, then they could have critical bugs. I know, man says that. Everyone says that. And that's why all the malware writers, they write viruses for, they're very few viruses. And this is why, because everyone wants to use Windows. So it's kind of just a security principle too, is the more popular thing is, like bridges, the more, a lot of people use bridges. They're valuable to hack. So people hack them. If you use something that everyone else doesn't use and a virus is targeting Windows, but you you're not going to be affected by the virus because it's not targeting Mac. And if you're a virus writer, if you're writing malware, especially crypto malware, and you want to steal the most amount of money, and you know 95% of crypto Windows, well, you're going to write the malware for Windows, aren't you? You don't care about the other 5% that use Mac. You want to target the 95% of people that use Windows. So use Mac. You're not going to be targeted as much. But there's a learning curve. Whatever. Macs are beautiful. Get used to it. I used Windows. I used other operating systems for a long time. I didn't use Mac for a very long time until the last few years. And after I got used to it, I was like, I'm not going back. No way. I don't need Windows anymore. Thanks for also making it. This Connor. Sorry about that. I do not know. Well, it's Mac is a bunch of Windows too. As much as Windows. Again, been doing security for over a decade. Mac saying Macs can't be hacked. I'm saying if you don't want to be in the bucket of people being targeted to get their crypto stuff, you can take yourself out of that bucket if you use Mac and not Windows. Go show me one Mac piece of malware. I know they exist, but go show me go look up a big article about Mac malware, and I'll show some articles about Windows malware. I'd rather not be a statistic, but yeah, sure, they have a lot of vulnerabilities. Everything has vulnerabilities, but it's different. I'm trying to tell you who's being targeted the most to those users. I have a throwaway test wallet. Got a baby amount of Polygon Hex to test. Want to see if I can stake it by writing it into the contract. Contracts. Okay. Polygon Hex to test. I don't know about interacting with Polygon. Wanted to see if stake it by writing into the contract. Well, so it sounds like there's no front end for Polygon for Hex. Does Etherscan support Polygon? There's probably some Etherscan like site or app that supports Polygon that allows you to call functions directly for Hex. And I'm sure there's a video on how to use Etherscan to directly communicate with Hex too. So if you found a video like that, if you looked online how to interact with the contact manually for Hex, and you kind of adapted that to whatever Polygon offers to interact with contract, you could do it that way. That's what I would do, but sounds like a lot of legwork. And Chris says you can't stake Hex on Polygon. I have no idea, but maybe you can't. Yeah. Same code around the contract. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, interesting. Sorry. No, that's questions. Take a drink real quick. Sorry to hop on bridges again. My question is, will you be using the bridge from ETH to Pulse? If I have something to bridge from ETH to Pulse, I'd say a lot of people will be using the bridge from Pulse to ETH. Because there are a lot of people who want to sell their Pulse ASAP, or their Pulse tokens at least. And once you sell it into whatever pair you want, whatever other pair you want, and you want to get it to, if you want to get Coinbase, for example, you're going to sell it and then whatever from to get a network that Coinbase understands, or whatever exchange you want to go to, or whatever wallets you want to get to, whatever it is. If you want to do stuff on one chain that go on rep, for example, eventually, you're going to have to use a bridge. As far as I know, that's how it works. But the root of your question is, do I have any fear using bridges? I wouldn't have fear using the PulseChain bridge because I know it's going to be fine. It's going to be safe. I have no doubt our devs have done every diligence possible to make it safe. So if I'm going to trust one thing, it's going to be Richard Hart products. So I wouldn't even hesitate to use the bridge from there. Yes, Alan, these are good things to learn, man. Learning is being a lifetime learner. Going to be a wise person eventually. It makes you wise. All right, sure, definitely less Mac than Windows can have. Yeah, so that's a great. I'll bring up the link here. That is where I talk about the most boring stuff you can do. Is basically to keep your browser up to date. If you do one thing for your security posture, I guess and use 2FA, of course, but and don't use text-8. Yeah, 2FA, use Authenticator app or use some not text-based one. But keep your browser up to date. Most exploits that are going to target you are going to target out-of-date Chrome, out-of-date Firefox, whatever it is. Like they're actually going to like take advantage of some ability on your computer as far as that goes. They're going to target your browser in some way. The biggest attack is just getting you to click through boxes. If you see this website here, or if you're interacting with a DApp and you see that the contract address of the DApp is not the legitimate one because Etherscan you're comparing, you know what the legitimate one is. You found it, and you go to a website that's looking kind of weird, but you want to use the DApp and there are different addresses, you may lose all your money. So you have to check on Etherscan. I cover this in the malicious contracts blog. You have to check. Let's see. I go to it. Check the one you're using is the right one. Let's see. Talk about it. Yeah, check the contract address. Metamask shows you with the legit contract address Etherscan. So when you're interacting with the DApp, if you want to be safe, first go on Etherscan, get the address of the DApp from a trusted source, or find it on Etherscan. Just make sure it's the right one, and then keep that tab available, or keep that URL available. And whenever you go to the front end to use the DApp, to use the website, whatever, to interact with the contract, and you're using Metamask to interact with it, take that address that you see scan that has been approved, verified, validated, and make sure it is the same one that your Metamask is telling you that you're interacting with. Because if it's not, you're not interacting with the right app. And very likely a malicious app, and it's going to trick you into clicking buttons and steal your money and stuff. So you can read the blog. I'm very, very detailed, and I have a lot of references on what to do. But check the contract address to make sure it is the legit one. That is very easy to do. You just actually have to do it. So if you do that, it'll be. But anyways, browsing habits. So if you have to use Windows, make sure your browser's up to date. Even better, don't use Windows. Use Mac. Still keep your browser up to date. But if you use Mac, you're going to be much less targeted than Windows. It's a fact. Like, it's just common sense in the security industry. Macs are just not targeted with malware nearly as much as Windows. So if you see all these drive-by malware attacks, all this stuff, very few of them target. If you want to be in the 1% affected by drive-by download attacks and stuff, use a Mac. If you want to take your chances of being in the 99% of all malware that's ever written in the world, continue using Windows. That's what I can say. Very welcome, Kim Sayan. Cool. I guess you can talk to Hex on Poly. There we go. Polyscan. That makes sense. Etherscan, Polyscan. There you go. What's up, Sloth? Did your stream end and you bringing people over? That's what's up. That's what's going on. Well, you missed all the fun part. We had a lot of internet problems, which is weird, but it seems to be okay now. I've stopped the torrents. Chris. Good questions. Yeah, I mean, I'll eventually buys a Mac and actually uses it instead of Windows. I know it costs money and stuff, but yeah, I saw that. That's why I upped the stream to 4:30 to see if you guys were going to go for 2 hours. At least I'd people didn't choose to get in the tail end of this one either. Strategic on my move because it's AMA. I can move it around a little bit. Yeah, ask questions, folks. Now that our internet is good. Yeah, use something other than Windows. That is the theme of today. Do not use Windows if you can buy yourself a Macbook or iMac. iMacs are cool too. No matter how many security features they add to Windows, it's 2022 and viruses and ransomware are still a big problem. Just not use. You want to be in the 1% of people who aren't affected by viruses. Use Mac. Yeah, there we go. Sloth just got a Mac. Hopefully that's what he means. Yeah, it talks about phishing too. Trying to see what. Yeah, if you ever go to a website and there's like a red notification, a broken lock, whatever in your browser, especially if it's a front end or a DApp or anything related to crypto, do not go to it. Your website or the DNS could have been redirected, could have been hacked, whatever it is. Same thing that happened in Curve. Curve, DNS, hijack attack, all that stuff. If you didn't just say, I'll get my work done and start, keep clicking through, you probably wouldn't be affected. People wouldn't have lost money in Curve for that. But unfortunately, it's easy to stop yourself from click. Just let me do it. I don't care. I don't care what the red box says. It must be my internet connection. Sometimes it's not. Sniffer is actually good site. Yeah, let's check that out while we're here. Something that David Feeder brought up the other day, and it's pretty cool. They list scams and stuff that they've determined for one reason or another. Apparently, a lot of them on BSC as scam coins. They like rate them on the different things. Let's do the passive staker. Yeah, 0 out of 100. So it is sellable. So they tell you if it's a honeypot or stuff. Apparently they use the honeypot.is API. Let's see. So why is it a scam? Where does it say that? It's got liquidity. Well, this one doesn't say. Oh, obfuscated transfer block. Okay, so it was flagged because I don't know what obfuscated transfer block is. I have to. Well, let's just search. Let's search. Always check your Sniffer. Oh, they explain. No. I thought they explained on the website. Yeah. That example of smart contract obfuscation. Oh, this is interesting. There's something. If I were to log too, I would add that there. So this could tell you. They're talking about. They give me a diagram of what an obfuscated smart contract looks like. They give you more. Oh, this is part of a paper. It looks like it's part of a paper. Well, hopefully there's a present or something about that that would be more helpful than just that diagram, because I don't think anyone understands what that means. I can kind of understand it, but like it's not giving me anything to really like rotate for you that's useful. Anywho, token sniffer. Let's look at RubyZilla. Oh, now click back on that. RubyZilla contains signature of serial scammer. I like that. Serial scammers who have been serial have did it a lot. These, where's the honeypot ones? I wanted to show those. So sellable. Geisha cat. I like that. Geisha cat. Extra high selfie. There you go. Maybe that's why they has a scam. So some of them, if they have it, in order to sell, maybe in the smart contract, they say, okay, if you sell this token, you got to pay a crazy high fee to make you not try to sell it. So essentially, it makes it like not unsellable, but like, yeah, it's very scammy in that way. One wallet exceeds the circulating supply. Another sign that Geisha cat Any Geisha cat holders out there, you may want to check Token Sniffer on that. Checking the chat. You guys still talking about Polyscan? How hard would it be a hex front end for Polygon? I don't know how Polygon works, but I can tell you that if it was just a fork, for example, with the proof of work fork coming up, then everything should just work fine because the same AVM should run the same code, all that stuff. And you just change the set which blockchain to point chain ID and stuff. For Polygon, maybe it's different. I don't know. Mac users should apply the fix from last week. Yep. There are Mac bugs, and they get updates like Windows too. Just much less targeted. Yeah, Poly works just like. I don't know. I don't think it'd be hard to fork the Hex front end for it. Probably pretty easy. I don't think Hex front end is open source though. I don't think it is. But go build one. It's figured out. What's up, Dougie? How's it going? So Token Sniffer, and if you got a token, let's just type in Hedron. See what it says. Well, worked the other day. Hedron. Okay. So this one. If that's the contract. No. Because I remember I looked this up the other day. Maybe it's the second one. EOS. If Alex was here, I would just ask him what's the last four of the contract. Okay, probably this one. So it's got a 50 out of 100. Again, with a grain. It's mostly, I wouldn't use this to tell me how good a token is. I would use it to tell me like if it's a scam or like it's been flagged for stuff or does it have crazy stuff on. It looks like how this they have these contracts. They have some back-end tools that run some analysis. They run some patterns over it. They probably take a look. They probably look and see, okay, what are all the bad patterns for all the scam token there? They look, has it had a contract source? Has ownership been renounced? Does the wallet contain less than 5%? Did the holders possess less than 5%? All this stuff, all these different heuristics, and then they just like put it on the code, and they come up with all these analysis. That's how I imagine this token sniffer works on the inside. Yeah, so no really red flags here. All holders possess less than 5%. I mean, I don't think that's a red flag or anything. If you look up Hex, you're gonna see that same thing. We know Hedron Hex is fine. At least 95% locked up 15 days. I don't. Some of these heuristics, you're kind of like, I don't think that's a huge red flag. Hex, geez, Helium Hex on BSC, Hex on ETH. This one, I think EBB39. See what it says. 50 out of 100. Yeah, of course we know that. OA and all that stuff. Anywho, token sniffer is pretty cool. Any more questions, anyone? Because I'm gonna hop off in a minute if no questions, because I'm not getting any questions. It's an AMA, but I'm not getting questions. It's any recent questions, at least. Unless you just want to make me talk about Max more. I totally can. I know the securities, Windows, just to let me know. Another thing about Metamask, make sure you're running a legit version of Metamask. Only download it from the official extension store. That's another thing to look out for. Never download from GitHub, because it's probably a fake GitHub and malicious GitHub repo. Don't download it from GitLab. Don't download it from some random website. Don't install any extension that doesn't come directly from the Chrome or Mozilla Firefox store, the official store. And if you want to see if you have a fake one or not, if you installed it from the right place, but here is the signature here of the names of the legit ones. For Chrome, it's some crazy long string, which I don't know why they did that. Firefox has a different naming, and they just name it rationally each Metamask. So same thing goes for mobile app. Don't download apps. Don't turn off unprotected, untrusted sources and stuff like you can on Android. If you do, they're there for a reason, right? Take those risks. You could download some app that's going to cause you some problems. I don't use crypto on my phone. To me, the phone is a huge target. And so I don't want to put money on my phone because I don't want money to be stolen if my phone is ever compromised. So of course I take precautions on secure and stuff too, but I don't do crypto on my phone. Not with like actual private keys and seed words and stuff. It's because I just don't. I use a different computer for Telegram. I don't trust Telegram very much. So I like drum and bass. Sure. I don't not like drum and bass. I don't know. I don't listen to a lot of music. When I'm coding and stuff, I prefer quiet or stuff like that. Yeah. Again, any device you use, you're extending your attack surface. You have crypto on your phone, now your crypto's at risk if your phone gets hacked. I don't want to do that. So I don't remember Richard saying phone was okay. Maybe he did, but Richard's also not a dad security professional either. So yeah, he's a lot of things and he's a very smart guy, but you go to. Would you ask, like, think of like some super expert in some field in your life? Would you ask them a question about something that they're not a professional in? And like, would you 100% trust their answer? I wouldn't. I would trust a professional. So Richard said some security about, he doesn't talk about security advice very much, but he said some things about computers where I'm like, you're not a computer professional. Computers, but you're not like that computer science guy, right? Your thing. Got 8 years ago, 94. I was starting to get better computers around 94 too, around that time. A little bit later. Best way to manage passwords, password manager. It's a good question. I don't talk about password managers very much. I don't like using the online ones just because when you do, it's kind of like, okay, so computing. A lot of people say, okay, I'm going to sync all my photos to the cloud. Well, now anyone who hacks your cloud account gets access to all your photos. So for me, about reducing my risk, reducing my attack surface, and all these password managers, they solve a lot of problems for the common person, but all those innovations come with new problems. So all the online password managers where you log into the portal, you do 2FA, you do all this stuff, they can still be phished. There's still ways to do it. So for me, I like using a local password manager. That's what I would, if you really want to be secure, I would just do. You're not going to have your passwords on your mobile. You're not going to have passwords on your devices, all this stuff. You give up a lot of features, but with a local password manager, unless your computer literally gets hacked and your password manager is open, encrypted after you typed in the password and everything's exposed, the chances of dealing your password database and your all your passwords and all that stuff is very low. So I prefer local password managers rather than the cloud-based ones, the web-based ones, stuff like that. Now, do I give flexibility? Do I spend extra time typing in passwords, whatever? Yeah, I do. But that's my security profile that I choose. Well, RHMax has its own thing too, because now you got to hide it, right? You have to make sure whatever you write it down on, you lock it up somewhere or somebody doesn't get a hold of it. Nobody does that. Nobody writes passwords, puts them in a safe, right? Like use it frequently. You're always going to put it in a place that you think is secret. Nobody's going to find it. You probably never will. You'll probably be okay. But on how valuable that password is, right? I don't use cloud services. I don't sync photos. I don't do any of that. I use my own backups. So LastPass, yeah. So that's the web-based stuff I'm talking about. LastPass, you have, there's like, if you Google for best password management website, it'll tell you all the ones, and pretty much all of them have went cloud-based these days. If you can download a that use the database, but you have to make sure to always back up that database, because it's kind of like Bitcoin. If you lose your wallet.dat, you're screwed in a lot of ways. You lose your password, use your .dat file, screwed. So it's a responsibility on yourself to manage your passwords, but yeah, I'm fine doing that. I'm not your average computer user either, though. So I'm just telling you the nuance of how much I trust these things. Bitwarden, yeah, I don't know that. Yeah, local standalone is the ones I like. That's the one. Let's keep it out in my head. Yeah, if you well, that means you also probably use a lot of the passwords, Chris. I hear you, but you're probably reusing some passwords, which, if they're really good passwords, maybe it's maybe it's not much. I hear you, man. I memorize passwords too. What's up, Jaden? Welcome to the party. Party's almost over, but if you got a question, get it in, because I'm going to shake. I think I'm going to fast for dinner today. I'm going to start fasting more. Get my desert body in shape for Vegas. Who's going to Vegas, by the way? Put that in the chat. If you're going to Vegas, hang out, or I'm trying to get a booth at wherever PulseCon is going to be now. I think they're changing the venue. I'm trying to get a booth to give away a bunch of the Richard Hart swag. I've got T-shirts. I've got mouse pads. I've got pins. Got a few other things. Oh, by the way, check out. I'm probably take this shirt to Vegas. It's my Satoshi gambling shirt. Satoshi throwing up Bitcoin shirt. Yeah. You like that? So, not allowed in Vegas. What'd you do, Alan? What'd you do? I don't know. I mean, maybe you're from. You could just be from another country, and you don't like the V mandates that the U.S. and Canada and everyone else tends to kind of gatekeep people from getting in. I know some people aren't coming to the conference because of that, which is unfortunate. Shouldn't be that way. If you watch my streams for a while, libertarian. I'm all about that freedom. I don't like those M words. Don't like those M words. I'm not going to get demonetized because I don't monetize. I can't get demonetized if I don't monetize, right? Yeah. Freedom. What's up, Simba? No staking rewards for. I don't know. I've not checked. I don't tend to check my staking rewards every. It's probably better in my opinion. Satoshi shirt, yeah, I like the shirt. I don't wear it very often. I've been saving it for Vegas. I bought it a few months ago. I'm like, I really want to wear this to Vegas, so I can't stain it. I don't want to get the colors all messed up because I don't wash clothes. I wash clothes very friction. I don't put a lot of time in washing clothes, so I don't want to mess it up. So I'm trying not to wear it so it's in good shape. Oh, Jaden, you're in luck, man. We've been killing it on the Mac today. Yes. You want to be? Jaden wants to be in the 1%. Jaden wants to be in the 1% of people who aren't targeted with malware to get their crypto stolen. You were the perfect example, Jaden. Thank you. I don't want to buy an expensive one. Can I get one renewed on Amazon? It's a good question. Generally, yes, because who is going to backdoor you? Like, if you're not some president or you're not some important person, some celebrity, some whatever it is, if you're just an average person, there's nobody going to backdoor your Amazon life. Like, it's just not nobody does that. Like, that'd be, and if they did, there's security people who would find out, and it would be some big deal, and like it'd be crazy. So I would say that I don't have any fear of doing stuff like that. If you want to looking for a deal, I would just say that I prefer to buy new stuff a lot because I want it to last longer. So when you buy used stuff, you don't, especially computers, you don't know how much they were used before. They could have been used every day, never turned off for like a year. It could be like, oh, this is last year's model. We kept it on like mining or deving on every day or video editing every day. And then we were like, okay, we don't need it for this anymore. Let's trade it in, whatever. So that's the only reason I would say try to get a new one if you can afford it, just because it'll last longer, and you have risk of your hard disk dying and all this stuff you don't want to have. But I really don't have any security concerns on that one. I would just say when you get it, format it and put don't use it. A lot of times if you get them renewed, they set it up with some like guest password or whatever, and they've already formatted it. I would format it again and make sure it's super clean before I ever did anything crypto on it. And I have videos on like, don't only use Ethernet, don't turn on the Wi-Fi, only turn it on for a minute to sync the blockchain or action, turn it back off, all this stuff too, all the clean laptop stuff. But you've took a great first step into getting out of the Windows malware ecosystem and getting into the Mac, not malware as much ecosystem. So good. Thank you, sir. When my internet's working, I'm able to get some stuff to roll off the tongue. And if I got some good questions, few good questions today, I'm able to put some substance there. So I appreciate it, McMahon. Got my rewards. Nice. Chris got some rewards from my Cosa. I got some cheap iPads at Best Buy. Yeah, he's probably looking for a MacBook though. Can you put Metamask on an iPad? I'm gonna say no, and I'm pretty sure you can't put Metamask on a Chromebook. So I'm pretty sure you can't put Metamask on iPad either, but I'm not 100% sure. So you want to check on that. But yeah, MacBook, totally fine. Yeah. Well, absolutely nothing I can do about that. I can just hope and pray that it's better, or that it works. And it does work like 95% of the time. It works fine. But today I had some problems earlier. So there's nothing else I can do. Like I'm at the will of my ISP. So no, I can't change ISPs. No, I can't get another internet. I have like 3 internets already. I have like 2 or 3 internets, and only one that's pretty stable, which is the one. So trust me, I'm doing my best. Of course. Good question, man. There is Metamask on iPad? Okay, I just took a guess because there's not on Chromebook. So I don't know why it would be available on iPad and not Chromebook, because 2 different app stores, but you would think they would like. It's just nobody Metamask app. Why would there not be? You would think the game theory there, like there would be competing developers trying to support these platforms and stuff. But anywho, I understand it's just devils. All right. Any last questions? I'm gonna hop off soon. My voice is starting to go too, but have a couple more questions. Any questions anybody have? Sorry for the rocky start. If there's questions you think of later that you didn't get a chance to ask today or whatever, just at me on Twitter. We can talk about it in a thread or DM me if you something really, really private. But yeah, hit me up on Twitter or come to the next one if I have it in a month. Had a lot more. I appreciate you all showing up, but I had a lot more people show up for the last one last month. So unfortunately, you find people showed up today. So, but not as many as I was expecting. For sure. Yeah, the question is when Pulse? January. Best guess. My best guess is January. My best guess keeps going up because we keep getting no more good news. But why not January? That'd be cool. Jaden, I appreciate it. I will keep pumping out content. Definitely going to keep doing that. I mean, I would like there to be 50 people in AMAs. That would, just so more people can learn and so I have more steady flow of questions. But whatever, this was fine today. We got into some good stuff, so I appreciate that. See you Friday. I have Access Alive coming on. So we're gonna be doing a lot of charting. We talk about hexfire.io. Should be pretty interesting. And talking to him into the Richard Heart ecosystem too. So that'd be cool. So come back Friday. I think 4:00, except for 4:00 Pacific, 7:00 Eastern. We talking to Access Alive. So that is it for me today. Smash all the buttons. Appreciate everyone coming. See you in Vegas if you're going. Yeah, what's up, Satoshi? Yeah. And we are out.